basis of experience and past results. But Martin will be delighted nonetheless to progress through to round 2 for the first time. This, though, is Toni Bou. Just showing everyone how it's done in section 3. This one failed by 3 riders, remember. Clean by 3 as well. This is where Adam Raga dropped a single mark for leaning in the latter stages. The descent here, the trickiest part of the section, and that's what cost Adam Raga a mark. Toni Bou then, the roar of that Montesa. Bike that you always know is coming. So it's just that little bit different from the others. Bou's managed it so well over the years. Score for this round. So Bou's got to beat that if he wants to get another championship point. He's already got 1 championship point, a bonus point for finishing top in round 1. Can he finish top in round 2 as well? 10 marks over the 2 rounds is the progressive score to beat, set by Adam Raga. If Toni Bou wants to take top seeding position to the grand final. And as I said, 23 marks is the score that Bou's got to beat at the end of this lap in order to qualify through to the grand final. Toni Bou then, plenty of permutations. And he'll be looking to make swift work of this section 1. Looking to become the first rider through it clean. He is still clean at the moment, by my reckoning at least. Jaime Busto and Benoit Bincaz both dropped a single mark. Adam Raga 2, Toby Martin and Matteo Grattarola failed. Toni Bou is the first rider through section 1 clean. 1 minute. Toni Bou slipped back there on the second rock, but managed to urge the bike forward with the typical purr of his Montesa Honda. 35-year-old Toni Bou, 15 times world champion. Oh, beautiful. Exquisite from Toni Bou. Similar time that it took Adam Raga to do the outbound direction, but Bou is swifter back into the section. He gets that slightly wrong. That's a single mark for leaning. Landed on the sump twice, but in a slight amendment to the rule this season, if a rider doesn't make forward progress while the sump is in the air, they are allowed to put it back down where it was. Just avoids riders clumsily exiting the section all because of one module. Bou is through, a single mark. Brilliant from Toni Bou, who takes XTrial knees with a section to spare. The XTrial might be settled, but he's sure that if the crowd urges Toni Bou on, he might be able to pull off this section 6. Grattarola couldn't do it. Raga couldn't do it. Toni Bou's got 1 minute to try and do it. First step. It's mission accomplished at XTrial Nice for Toni Bou. Can he finish now with a flourish? This is tricky, this bit. Takes a slightly different approach, Bou. Uses a bit more of that last trunk. He's halfway through, 40 seconds to go. More or less the same in terms of time as both Raga and Grattarola. Taking his time at this stage just to get the twist right. Beautiful landing. Would you expect any less? This is the area of the section that's caught out the riders before him. Bou's playing with the spectators, but he's going to run out of time. Well, if he messes around, if he's not careful. 20 seconds to go. Oh, brilliant! Forget it. That is outrageous. Toni Bou with a 4th clean of tonight's grand final. Toby Martin on 9 marks. If he can perform better than that, of course, then he will be top seed and take a world championship point. Move on to 23 for the season so far. If he fails, Toby Martin will top the seeds from round 1. Decision called upon now for Bou. There are 6 riders through this section all failed it. Matteo Grattarola, though, showed them the way. Raga followed him. Up goes Bou. Beautifully done. Toni Bou looking to become the first rider to clean section 5. He'd also confirm his place as top seed through to the second round of XTrial Chalon-sur-Saône. 1 minute still on the clock. Toni Bou looks to have done it. Toni Bou wins the opening round. Oh, he's down! Looking to take top finishing position in round 2 as well. That could well come down to a tie-break between Bou and Raga. Raga's time was 4 minutes 34 according to the official timing. And Bou's well inside of that. So it's just about him remaining clean here to go top of the leaderboard. Still clean for Toni Bou. Section observer Moreno Piazza rushing to keep up. Raga took a mark for footing. Will Toni Bou be cautious here, take that same mark, and wait for a later section to try and pull his gap? No. Bou is up on the back wheel, but he's taken a mark for leaning. So he will be on the same score as Adam Raga. Any further drop marks here and Bou will slip behind. He'll also slip behind in the seeding order. Raga doesn't bother watching on as Bou makes his way through. Raga's already thinking about section 3. Toni Bou still has work to do here. Up he goes. Like Raga on the back wheel. Past the summit of section number 2. And it's a single drop mark for Toni Bou in section 2. By Mikel Jalabert and Adam Raga, failed by Benoit Bincaz and Jaime Busto. 6 marks, the score. Toni Bou is already safely through to the second round this evening. Almost goes without saying, doesn't it? But Mikel Jalabert and Sondre Haga will be eliminated, 7th and 8th positions respectively.
Minutos 30, pasa limpio. Salida.
Section number 1. Only cleaned by Mikel Jalabert thus far. Grattarola and main rival Raga both dropping 2 marks. Bou needs to beat Raga here if he wants to be top seed to the final and have the advantageous last starting position. First of all, he's got to ensure that he makes it through, of course. Still looking good through this section 1. Descent now without taking a mark for leaning is the next challenge. Forces the bike forward. He's been given a mark for leaning there. Tough one that from Jordi Sanchez. Moves himself into section 4. He's up. And he's still clean. Just incredible again from Toni Bou. 5 marks his lead over Gabriel Marseille at present. Only 3 marks it was after section 3. Can he remain clean now in section 4? Big step. We've seen Marseille pull it off. Will we see Toni Bou pull it off for a second time this evening? Bou made it up to the top in round 2. He's up to the top in the final as well. Toni Bou.
Puede volver a ponerse en todo lo alto. Entrada en la última
Toni Bou. Just watching, you're almost nervous for him at every turn of the wheel. Toni Bou, the winner of XTrial Nice, the winner of XTrial Chalon-sur-Saône, and for the 6th time in his career, the winner of XTrial Madrid. He returns to Madrid 10 years on and he's done it again. Toni Bou.
Puntos en la final, Madrid con Toni Bou, fuerte, fuerte.
Let's see what Toni Bou can do. Nice entry into section 4. 2 minutes remain for the reigning champion. Well, he's through 2/3 of that section very nicely. It's this big medals run which has caught out various riders. Sondre Haga failed to complete, falling here. Benoit Bincaz accumulated 3 points here. Toni Bou completes it. 1 point there. The base plate caught the apex of that concrete block. Looking shaky as the 15-time world champion. He's through here quickly and cleanly though. Final obstacle. Right, 35 seconds to get back there now, Toni. Come on. Have you got it in you? 30 seconds. He was the only rider in round 2 to get over this obstacle. We just saw Matteo Grattarola do it very, very well. Toni Bou is through. Right. This is where Grattarola fell. Toni Bou clears it. 13 seconds remain to clear this section. So far, just the 1 point. He does it. 1 point for Toni Bou. He falls on the dismount, but he was already through the section. You can just see what this means. You can hear it with the fans. That was very, very important indeed. If he takes 3 or less points, he will have won both rounds and the final for 27 points, including the 2 bonus points, extending his lead over the World Championship. Adam Raga will be very happy to take his 2nd place. He brought it to Toni Bou here in the final. 30 seconds remain. Ooh, a little stumble there by the reigning World Champion. 20 seconds then to cross this final hurdle and take the victory here in Barcelona. And he does so. It's a victory for Toni Bou at the Palau Sant Jordi. Toni Bou takes his 4th gold of the season.
And we've not seen anyone do it like that yet. Toni Bou thinking outside the box, doing it the way only Toni Bou can. And he clears section 4. Toni Bou then, 6 minutes on the clock. Into section 1 we go. Is that base plate touching there? FIM observer will let us know. Can't currently see him. I don't think that was a point. No. He comes through section 1 then and get through this cleanly. He can almost guarantee himself another step up on the podium. But we've just seen it's not easy. He did breeze it in rounds 1 and 2. Nicely done, nicely done. He touched the back wheel on that angle block there, which you have to touch. His 87th podium. Could he take his 74th win? He needs to not concede any points here. There and back in 60 seconds. He's up and over the top of that first drum. Now this is where things get tricky, because that angle coming up over here is not easy, but he clears it with 0 points. 40 seconds then. Time's on his side. As is this home crowd. Up he goes. Nice leap. Much to the delight of this crowd. He goes over the top. Not a single point conceded by Toni Bou. 15 points to spare. And a little flourish for the crowd too.